Affairs Minister M. Venkaiah Naidu. Sir, today the Congress is issuing a notice to discuss intolerance issue. What would be the strategy of the government?
There is no strategy now. Any issue we are ready to discuss. And intolerance issue we have no problem at all. Because after our government came to power, nothing has happened at the national level. Some incidents have happened at the state level. Normally we don't discuss state issues in parliament. But our friends from the opposition are insisting that they want to discuss Karnataka, discuss Maharashtra, discuss Uttar Pradesh, discuss such incidents. Government has nothing to worry, nothing to fear, nothing to feel shy. We are ready to discuss.
But sir, Congress and various other, celebrities, be it historians or authors, who have returned their awards, they accuse that, that certain ministers also made statements, which exacerbated the situation.
Certain writers also made statements. Some writers wrote saying that if Narendra Modi gets a heart attack tomorrow, then so-and-so will be the Prime Minister. So what? You can only differ with that. Suppose if a writer writes something wrong, what do? Will you take action against him? You will ignore it, or you will give a rejoinder. If some minister has said something wrong, and ministers have clarified since then, unless you want to make it political, otherwise what is there? I am not able to understand. Did any minister commit any crime, violate any law? That's the issue. Statements. Sometimes they say they are quoted out of context. I am not going to the details. But anyhow, let everything be debated in parliament. For Congress, former ministers went to the neighboring country, asked the people to dethrone our elected Prime Minister. What do you do? Will you take action against them? Have they taken? No. These are all things in a democracy one has to discuss and dispose it off.
So do you think all these people who are returning their awards and other people, they are just politicizing this whole event?
Undoubtedly it's being politicized. I can tell you, some of these people went to town during the election, criticizing Narendra Modi ji, calling him as fascist, asking upon the people to defeat Narendra Modi. People defeated these people because they rejected their request and elected Mr. Narendra Modi with a massive mandate. Now they got frustrated. Now Modi ji's popularity is growing day by day. International acceptance as a world personality is also increasing. So these people are disillusioned, are frustrated. They are trying to go on creating a sort of a perception. They are not understanding that it's not. They are thinking that they are damaging Modi, but they are damaging India.
Is the government trying to reach out to them? Is there any...
What is there to reach out? You call me fascist, I have to reach out and tell you, no, I'm not a fascist. The very fact that we have not taken any action is an indication that in democracy, different views will be there and all. We can reach out to the opposition. But if somebody takes a political line, what should I do? You tell me, let anybody, some people are giving this advice. I have seen in media as well as in electronic media also. Government should reach out to them. What is there to reach out? Out of 1,200 Sahitya Akademi awardee winners who are alive today, 43 people have returned their awards for various reasons. You have seen recently 56 intellectuals. They said there is no substance in what these people are saying and it's more political. So there are different views coming up, some this side and some that side. So let the debate go on. My only question is, such incidents of intolerance have happened earlier, happened in the recent past also. They should be isolated, they should be separated, and they should be condemned. And the local governments, whichever is responsible, they should take action as per the law. That's how one has to proceed. The basic question people are asking today, if you go through social media, why these people are silent then, violent now? That is a question. They are selective. Are they suffering with selective amnesia? When emergency was imposed, lakhs of people were put behind bars. Judiciary was superseded and committed judiciary was advocated. Constitution was subverted and amended while putting opposition leaders behind bars. Extending parliament tenure, you kept quiet and you took awards from that government. Afterwards, thousands of Sikhs were massacred, Sikh genocide. You kept quiet after you received awards from the same government. Then more than 3 lakhs of Kashmiri Pandits, they were thrown out, their literature was burnt, and you kept quiet. You were silent then, violent now. These are the questions. Let these people answer this. That's why I'll be very happy to, government will be willing to take part in the debate and then make things clear so that this wrong perception sought to be created is removed. India is moving forward. We are getting more and more support for our claim to have a seat in the United Nations Security Council, and sending such wrong messages as if something is, that's not good for the country.
This was Venkaiah Naidu with camera person Rakesh, Brijesh Pandey for India Today.
Let's now go across live to Brijesh Pandey, who joins us from outside Parliament. Morning, Brijesh. We saw that interview with the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, and it seems that behind the alliterations and the riddles that Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is so famous for, one is really guessing for what the government's strategy is going to be to deal with the opposition. Were you able to figure out?
Sanket, one thing is very clear, going by the tone and tenor of Venkaiah Naidu, the government is not going to back down and looks like in a pretty combative mode. And when I asked him after the interview, I said, what exactly again would be your strategy? He said that, that there is no reason for the government to be worried about. And if, stray minister made some remark and, you can't project as the BJP central government to be responsible behind it. And if you want to discuss intolerance, then, we have to discuss intolerance from the very inception. And then, there are a lot of skeletons in the cupboards for which even the Congress party will be extremely embarrassed about. And he also emphasized the fact that out of 1200 Sahitya Academy Award winners so far, only 43 came out, and he's very clearly attributed that all these attempts of returning awards or the so-called incidents of intolerance and all these authors and historians rebuking the government, it is all part of their grand political agenda, and they are not saying something out of the sheer concern. So it's very clear, Sanket, that the government is in extremely combative mood, and they are going to give back opposition as good as it gets. Sanket?
All right. Brijesh Pandey, many thanks for joining us with all the latest.
जहाँ तक याद आती रहेगी।